Welcome back to all our viewers. We're back here again. The games come thick and fast here at SICG1. We have the Tigers taking on Sano cricket team who just won a game against Rangers. Quick turnaround here. We have Tigers bowling first. And it's going to be none other than Gurman Singh to open the bowling. Known for his good control with the new ball. Has been a really good servant of cricket, has been Gurman Singh. Charges in for the first ball. Yeah. Shot of a good length. Dab to the point region for a quick single by the batsman.
Certainly right about the games coming thick and fast, Abby. Had barely time to get down and have a water before this game has started. But the final game of the day, just after 4 p.m. local time here in Japan, should be a good contest.
Sano won the toss, elected to bat first. Yeah, might be wanting to give their bowlers a bit of a rest. But as we speak here, Garth, there's something different. We have Zubair Khan and Wakita opening the batting here.
Nice. And perhaps that's just to give Wider and Sakurano Thomas a bit of a spell. But also, these two can hit at the ball well.
Going hell for leather there is Khan. Inside edge. 4 runs. Does not matter as long as they keep coming.
Yeah, well, for his sake, I'm glad the ball crossed the boundary line, because if not, he probably would have got a 1. Very relaxed running, but probably understandable. Just hoping the ball crossed the boundary line. Save his energy.
Good bowling there by Gurman. We have a lot of national players here on the scene in this game. Comes in, short ball, hooked towards deep square leg for a brilliant, brilliant shot. That's a brilliant sixer. I'm not sure why Gurman is going short there.
Yeah,
Might be a little tired, but, you know, it's like he's known for his full balls.
Yeah, just watching
Does
that
swing the ball.
Sorry, on the JPL replay. Wonderful shot there from Khan.
Bowls his full ball, beats the batsman, all ends up. That's what Gurman is known for, his outswingers. As for the national players, we have Sabaurish Ravichandran and Piyush Kumbhare in this game, playing for the Tigers Cricket Club. And a lot of national members as well on the Sano side as well. Comes in Gurman. A little shorter than expected, but a dot ball. He would be happy with this result.
Yeah, Ryan Drake and Sakurano Thomas, I guess, in the squad alongside Piyush and Sabarish. All of them bowlers, interestingly enough, but also those that double as all-rounders and can certainly hold a bat. Saw some wonderful games played here last year when I arrived in Japan from Sabarish and Piyush, and against Indonesia and South Korea. They certainly, both of them contributed to pretty much every game. Wonderful cricketers and key parts to the Japanese squad.
Very experienced cricketers as well. They've been playing their trade in the Tigers Cricket Club for a long time. Definitely very skillful bowlers. Sabaurish a very handy all-rounder as well. First over, Sano are 11 for 0. Good start by the not-so-usual opening pair. Second over, we have Jijo George. First ball. Good length. The batsman beaten. So we have a deep point and a third man for Jijo, indicating that might be trying to well outside the off stump. Only a 2 fielders on the leg side. That's a deep square leg. And a mid-on the 30. Well outside off stump, hit into the covers directly. And they steal a run.
Yeah, understandable though, the fielder having a shy, backed up. Perhaps the teammate backing up wasn't advancing upon the ball, allowing the Sano to sneak a single. Good cricket, good awareness. You talked earlier, Abby, about Sano's ability to run well between wickets, and that often can add 10, 15 runs to your total in a 10-over format.
And Jito charged in. A good hoik towards the deep mid-wicket region. Yeah, Zubair has come out with some good intent. You know, that beating of the first over in the last game might have woken him up a bit. You should not poke a grizzly bear. You should never do that. This could be dangerous for the Tigers. We've seen a lot of field changes already. Just bowled 10 balls, 3 to 4 field changes done already. Charges in, does Jijo. Zubair wanting to hit it out of the park. The bowler appeals in when the umpire says, thank you very much, it's a wide ball.
Yeah, nothing worse than an appeal getting the answer of a wide.
Probably to shy off the umpire, to save himself.
George bowled beautifully yesterday in the match I commentated. So expect to come back here.
Comes in, does Jijo. And Zubair says, thank you very much. I'll have a piece of that and hoik it towards deep mid-wicket again. A clean strike.
Shot. I almost stood up and applauded that, but refrained from doing so. But great shot from Khan. I am fully aware he has this skill set, ability to do so, having watched him play a couple of key innings for Sano. I can't remember what format or what game, but he's done it before. So this is working. This gamble is playing well.
The ball's in his court. And again, this time just for a single. Already some healthy runs off this over.
Well, like they did in the previous game, Sano have started well.
Last ball of the over. Well fielded by the fielder inside the 30-yard circle. Keeping it down to just a single. The end of 2 overs, Sano is 27 for 0. A very good start.
Abby, you'd probably know better than I would. The Tigers team, the 11 out in front of us, the top team, would you imagine?
I would suggest any squad that has the likes of Piyush and Sabaurish have, they really go up the ranks. But this is a very good team again. From what I heard, Tigers wanted to give chances to a lot of other players in the tournament. And definitely not their first choice 11.
Right.
I'm sure of that.
Yes.
But we have some very talented players out there on the park from the Tigers Cricket Club. So, just showing out the pool of players, giving people chances, giving them a point to prove themselves.
And I like that they will be learning from this experience, being able to play along the likes of Piyush Kumbhare and Sabarish. They will, and also the opportunity to play here on the #1 ground, which often isn't, if you're playing Division 2 or 3, you don't get that opportunity. So great to see, and I like the thinking of the club.
Guman charges in again. The batsman tap it on the offside. Oh, that is poor fielding. That is very poor fielding from the Tigers fielder.
Yeah, it's not football. You got to use your hand, got to get down, and almost stark contrast to what we saw earlier from Sano with a couple of the fielders throwing themselves around the field, getting off their feet.
Some tired legs out there. Gurman charges in. 1 run towards mid-on.
Good little knock here from Wakita. Hasn't scored a ton of runs this season. He'll be the first to admit.
Doing exactly what's required, giving the strike to Zubair. I think Zubair would want to use these 4 balls with the fielders inside the circle. Just missed out on that one. Oh, called wide. I think a little harsh on the bowler, but it would depend on the umpire. The ball just swung outside the line.
Yeah, it's certainly
50-50 call, you would say?
it's a game of inches. It is the umpire's line.
Zubair hits it towards Sabaurish. Sabaurish misfields. Could have had a run-out opportunity there.
And I think the big swing and miss from Khan also added to the umpire's thoughts on, well, that was too wide to hit. So perhaps that erred in his favour.
So we have another change in field there now. Long on comes back in towards mid-on. Deep point goes out. Should be outside of this one. And is. The batsman swings and misses. Good comeback by Gurman in this over after being hit for 11 in the first one.
Yeah, just 4 off the bat so far. You're right. Can he finish off what is a great start to the over? Yes, he can, because he's just taken a wicket.
Wakita goes. Catch towards short third man. Zubair asks for a little bit of a water.
Look, that was a good catch. I think that flew off the bat.
That travelled quickly, Garth. The fielder did well, applauded by his captain there. Gurman doing Gurman things, picking up a wicket with the new ball. What I really think could be the important factor in this match is how the overs of Sabaurish and Piyush are played. I would reckon that they both would be bowling 2 each. So that's 4 overs of spin with 5 fielders outside. Last ball for this game for Gurman. Ryuki Ozeki is the new batter in. Takes his guard. Another ball in the same region. The fielder did well. The last ball does equally bad. This ball could have saved this one, preventing it going towards the boundary.
Yeah, Ozeki, not a noted batter for the Sano outfit, but perhaps someone who's got fresh legs. I don't think he batted in the game earlier, so I'm just wondering if it's the thinking of Sano that let's throw our fresh-legged players out there, or those that may not have had an opportunity to bat so far. And what a great start for him. I think he played that late cut beautifully. Yeah, perhaps the fielder could have done better, I agree. But Ozeki will be feeling great.
I think the ball is in Sano's court because you would not expect to them have a start of 12 runs per over without their main batters getting in. And especially with, Zubair, Ryuki, Wakita, I think they've done the job for the first 3 overs. And as soon as the power play has been ended, Sabaurish is here on for a ball. And this match is turning out to be like a game of poker, both the teams holding back their cards. Rio is not still in the shed. Wada is still in the shed. We have 4 overs to come from Piyush and Sabaurish.
Yes, of which looks about to start now with Piyush. But I loved how you've summed that up. A game of poker with both teams here holding back stars, but we're seeing one come into play right now.
First ball single by Zubair of Sabaurish. I think this could be the time where Sabaurish could try to sneak in a few dot balls. Let's see how Ozeki goes.
And he's taken a wicket, bowled him.
That is where the experience comes from.
Yep.
Would be really interesting to see who comes out to bat for Sano.
Sabaurish on the money. Ball 3, was it, or ball 2? And Yeah. You think he turned that? It was a bit of top spin, or how did you see that delivery, Abby?
He has a lot of varieties, does Sabaurish. Not that easy to pick him out of the hand. Even with us having the privilege of watching replays, still not that easy. He's a very, very smart bowler. Wow, I'm surprised. Toyozumi.
Yeah, almost sent in as the pinch hitter in the last game we were discussing, weren't we? So I expect him to be aggressive. Probably not as powerful as Khan at the other end, who, it's a shame he hasn't really faced many balls lately after a wonderful start, 25 off 10. What Sano ideally should be doing is just everything they can to feed the strike to him. And that it comes back down, though, to field settings, and Tigers very good at that, restricting perhaps a single here as I can look at the field in front of me.
Comes around the wicket. Yeah, Toyozumi sweeps it.
Lovely sweep shot.
Good sweep shot for a single towards deep square leg. I would definitely be interested to watch this battle. Zubair is definitely not going to hold back. I'm very sure about it. Not somebody who's known for his defense, especially in a game like T10.
Would they have faced each other much at all, Abby, these two?
I think now, both of them being part of the national setups, they definitely, would be getting to understand each other's game a little bit more. As Saborish flights it, Zubair hits it back hard very quickly. A little bit of a damage, but Saborish is used to it. Doesn't show much pain. Goes back. Zubair stands his ground. He hit it very hard. Definitely not going to hold back. Would wanting to, he'd be very eager to smack one out of the park here. A quicker one, beats him all ends up. Change in speed. That's where the experience matters. You flight one up, push one quicker.
Yeah, I think, look, Sabarish is just hurting a bit from that previous ball. I hope he's okay. Of course, he'll be getting on a plane in a few days to fly to Papua New Guinea, and hugely important part of the Japan squad. Looks okay now, because the Khan just swatched that down to long on.
Just a 3 of the over, Garth.
Yeah, very talented is Sabarish Chandran. Watched him...
just the national players getting, just, checking up on each other. Good stuff there from Zubair.
Yeah, wonderful over. And as I say, I saw a lot of this from Sabarish against Indonesia and Korea. The first time I got to watch him play live, I guess, him and Piyush. They both bowled beautiful combinations. It's like a batting partnership. There's bowling partnerships, and those two just put breaks on or took wickets through the middle innings against both countries. So I'm hoping they can do the same in a week's time. Good luck to the Japan team that travels on Tuesday. So as Abby said, a lot on show in front of us in this game. I want to say relatively even, 39 for 2 after 4 overs. Don't know if I'd give the winning opening stance of 4 overs to either team. I think it's quite even.
It's been good until now, but I would, want to see more aggression from the Sano batters against, especially the bowlers from the other end. So Sharma coming on to bowl.
Yeah, so
that was a very loose ball.
Perhaps, rather than try and take Sabarish on, you target perhaps Sharma at the other end.
This should definitely be a big over for Sano. Misses out on the first ball.
Horrible running. Not very good. I was wondering if Khan was waiting from the call from his non-striker, who should probably make the call as the ball's behind the wicket, but probably heard nothing, so a bit hesitant.
That's what, isn't it called as a moon ball, Garth? What Sharma is bowling right now. Absolutely bowling it from up top. Giving it almost zero pace.
up and over the moon. Tell you what, sometimes hard to judge because it gets above your eye line. And even though there's zero pace, sometimes if they fall on a right length, they become...
Comes in again. Pulled. And a very good catch at deep mid-wicket at the boundary. I would expect either Rio or Wada to come out.
Yeah, I can understand Toyozumi's approach there, going for the boundary shot. Was well caught on the boundary. Meanwhile, his batting partner, Khan, remains on the turf. He's obviously tired, and it's a shame that Sano didn't run a drink out to him at that break. Perhaps now they're, in fact, almost want to say one of the Tigers team members yelled out to Sano to run on a drink for being aware, so that's showing good spirit.
But now it's getting a little baffling for me to understand. You know, we're almost halfway there and we don't have a main batter from the Sano cricket team out.
Yeah, I wonder if it's... I think Sano have played these games pitching their top team each week, and I just wonder if they feel, rather than, you know, perhaps risk the health of a Ryan Drake or a Sakurano Thomas, they give opportunities. I'm not sure. It's hard to know how the players are feeling after playing in this intense heat all day. But you're right. If you're going to make a pitch for this game, you'd probably want them out at least by the 6th over.
I think that's really an opportunity wasted by Sano team. They could have really taken the attack to the opposition in this over, because it doesn't matter who gets out. The point is it reflects a wicket on the scoreboard, and Sharma has taken up 2 wickets, nothing against him. He's bowled good lines. He's flighted the ball very well. But if you're in the Sano dugout, or if you're a Sano Cricket Club fan, you would definitely be thinking, like, you know, what's the think tank doing out there?
Yep. Fair comment. This would be an over to target, knowing that Sabarish and Piyush have another 3 overs to come. So, yeah, you've got to be smart in strategy, tactics, and this would be an over that Sano perhaps should have targeted, and rather than sending out some fresh legs or some newer batsmen to experience it, they send out the pinch hitter or number 1 batsman who can put them back on track to at least set a score of around 90 or 100. It's looking a far way off at this stage. Although Hiratsuka, he can hit a good ball, and let's hope him and Khan can just up the run rate. It's really fallen away, hasn't it, Abby?
Yeah, the 2 quick wickets, I don't think Shotaro had enough time to get ready. He's coming back, you know, with gloves and helmet in his hand. Yep, some quick movement out there in the Sano dugout. 2 quick wickets by Sharma. This has been a brilliant over, better than the last one from Sabarish. Flights it again.
Yeah, just the 3 runs coming from that over. So a very good one for Sharma and the Tigers. 2 wickets, of course.
Still a ball to go.
Oh.
By the looks of it, from what we can see, Sabarish has gone off the field. Wow, a brilliant over there by Sharma.
It was. So you're saying the Tigers only have 10 out there, Abby?
Yep, I just saw Sabarish walking off the boundary, holding his hand.
Oh. Well, let's hope he's okay.
It's end of 5 overs. Sano is 42-4.
Hopefully just a bit of bruising or swelling and nothing broken. Important pair of hands. Japan cricket starting 22nd of July. If you're interested in watching, it'll be a great tournament. As mentioned, the four nations, Papua New Guinea, the hosts, Vanuatu, the Philippines and Japan, one spot. The winner on their way to the West Indies and the US of A, the T20 World Cup 224. Of course, before that, we have the World
Great
Cup.
initiative by the ICC expanding cricket to all other nations, starting from T20. And of course, you know, when the nations grow, definitely there are more opportunities in limited overs cricket. And, you know, one day, who knows, within a couple of years, we might see a Japanese test team as well. As we have a new bowler in the attack. Put towards deep mid-wicket. Definitely should be 2 runs.
Yeah, Khan just labouring a little after being out there for a long time now, but his partner, Shotaro, could have run 3. He was quick.
Shotaro on strike. Yep, pulls it nicely. Field is there. Zubair walks the single. Like a stroll in the park.
I like the towel out of the back of the helmet too.
Would that help, Garth?
Oh, seemed to help Jesse Ryder. Shot.
Good shot. Yeah. 4. Now, why run for double when you can smoke boundaries like that? Definitely some of Jesse Ryder's power in that shot.
Yeah, lovely straight drive, dissecting the field. 4 runs. And
would it be fair if we call Zubair as a right-handed Jesse Ryder now? They both are built very strong, mind you.
I think Zubair's got a better temperament than Jesse.
Bowler comes in, outside the off stump. Yeah. Good length that. Could not get underneath. Sano has not reached 50 yet. 5.5 overs are done. And an update from SICG2. Titans are going great guns. 4.4 overs, 54 for 1. Great catch. Good innings by Zubair, but a safe pair of hands there at long on. I reckon it might have been Gurman with the catch.
Yeah,
that was Gurman.
Yeah, unfortunately our cameraman didn't pick it up on the replay, but it was a good catch. Got into position, took it reverse cup style, took it, got onto his knees to take the catch, but yeah, well held. Made it look comfortable. And Khan, who has gave Sano a good foundation early on, but they've just lost wickets over the last few overs, unfortunately, so the momentum is somewhat stuck. Not skyrocketing.
So Bastola has taken his first wicket. Kurihara, the new batsman, in. Last ball of the over. Bastola comes in. Beats Kurihara. The end of the over.
Tigers just getting the field set correctly. We're dropping a sweeper out onto the offside. Deep cover, actually. As well as a long off. Coming back, we already have the long on. Deep mid-wicket and deep backwards square. Deep mid-wicket comes into field this, trying to restrict it to 1, but
they go
take
for
it
the
on
2.
Yeah, good running.
Yep, brings up the 50 for Sano. 6 overs. I'm surprised we haven't seen Piyush yet.
Yes, I wondered if you, how you mentioned earlier, a game of poker, whether holding him back for perhaps Wada coming in or Sakurano Thomas.
The time's running out, Garth.
True. Yeah, great to see some opportunity, though, given to some other Sano players. Kurihara often doesn't get a chance to bat for his club.
I think same with Tigers as well. I think we've been counting out on Sabaurish and Piyush bowling overs, but, you know, here we have Bastola and Sandeep Sharma doing the job.
True.
2.3 overs among both of them up until now. 14 runs for 3 wickets.
Yeah, well said.
Yep, that has been put towards the empty fine leg region. Good batting there. Very good, sensible shot by Shotaro.
Yeah, nice shot from the youngster there. Youngster, I want to say, but probably very experienced in his number of years. Just come off, of course, a month's cricket over in Australia.
Mind you, Garth, that youngster has already played 178 matches. Short ball pulled towards deep square leg for a single.
So can I ask, of those matches in the statistics there, would that include your junior players that starts at under 15s, or would that be just under 19?
I think that's, if played under JCL, that's definitely in your statistics.
Right. Okay.
But that tells you, no matter how young he is, he's very experienced in terms of, you know, the crease time or the match time, as we call it. As they hit another one through the gap in the covers, another double. 7 overs gone, 60 for 5. Exactly. If we don't see Piyush now, when will we?
Yes, good call. What card is going to be played here from the Tigers?
I don't think this is a game of aces, this game. All game we've been waiting for Sabaurish and Piyush to have a bowl. We've been waiting to see Rio and Wada have a crack at them. We haven't got none of it. And as Garth mentioned, the format is as such that, you know, new faces get chances, new players are made. That is where the expansion of cricket has helped in Japan, where, you know, you see new stars coming up every day, new people making a case for promotions within the clubs, or, you know, getting their eye maybe by some JCA person as well. Who knows? Nice flick. They come back for 2 again.
Yeah, good running.
If they can manage to just manage their way to 100 runs, I think that would be a very competitive score, given that we're not very sure if Sabaurish is going to bat or not.
Runs
Good
there
shot.
if they run hard, and he set off well, Hiratsuka. I don't see his partner turning that into 3, though.
Could have been a 3 there. Easy 3.
Yeah, when you think back to when T20 first started, Abby, T20 was a cricket introducing your borderline players, wasn't it, into the international environment, whether a test team or limited overs. It's somewhat changed over the years now with the importance on T20 cricket and the power it has in terms of attracting new fans to the game.
Definitely, Garth, I agree. T20 has done a lot to attract a lot of fans to the game. So have the shorter formats. We have the 100 in the England. Japan has introduced the T10 format. But to be very, you know, being true to the game, you can always get the better. Being the best in T20 you really need to have a good technique again. You can't just slog your way out every game. And I think one of the best batters that we have currently in the current generation, he was asked in an interview, Virat Kohli, and, he said that I keep my basics very simple. You never see me play a sweep or a reverse hit. I try to stay strong in my technique because one week I'm playing T20, the next week I have to play in a test match. So, staying true to your technique is the key. Does not matter if you're playing, a T10 or T20, 40 over game or a 5-day game. If we have strong basics, we can definitely succeed anywhere. Sano just, keeping the scoreboard, taking every ball. Useful runs there, but no explosive shots yet. 8 overs done. They've reached 68 runs. They would fancy another 30, if possible, in the next 2 overs to give them momentum for their bowling innings.
Yeah, 1 or 2 boundaries per over would certainly help on these last remaining 12 balls. But it'll be interesting to see who Tigers go to bowl the 2 death overs, although I'd want to say all 10 overs are death overs in this format. I haven't seen Kurihara bat much, but I've been impressed. He's a tall lad. Certainly looks like he's got a good solid technique. He's played pretty much regulation cricket shots for all of his runs.
Bowled first ball. Castle through his defense. We have in the shed Ardeen Ruhode, Rio Sakurano Thomas, Sota Wada and Ryan Drake.
Sorry, Dino's in the shed?
He's in the playing 11.
Right, because I did notice, I think at times Sano had 10 in the field, didn't they? So I certainly didn't see
even
Dean
then, they're sending, I think, Ryan out to bat. Gracious me. Come on, Sano Cricket Club. Don't you want some runs?
Yes, it's, as you so eloquently put it before, this poker game, it's not been a game of aces.
If that's been a poker game, I would have failed at miserably if I was playing one. I would have come last, Garth, I'm sure. The Titans are going great guns. 7 overs, 77 for 1 at SICG 2. Ryan faces up. Ball 1. Flicks it in the gap between deep mid wicket, deep square leg. Oh, they come back for 2. A batted throw could have had him in trouble.
Yeah, big long legs of Ryan Drake got him home in the end, didn't it? But the throw was somewhat...
Sano take off another 10. They reach 70 with 10 balls to go.
Perhaps Ryan's parents might be watching in Sydney, Australia. If they are, hello to you both. Ryan will be getting on the plane to fly down your way in a few days. I expect to have some dinner later on with Ryan Drake. So good to see him out here. Had a good bat yesterday. So he's...
Good ball here. Again. There's a new bowler introduced into the attack. Apologies. JCL has done a good job following up the platform that's been laid by his other bowlers. There's been some really good bowling by the Tigers Cricket Club up until now. In the absence of Sabarish and Piyush, others have stepped up well. A misfield on the deep mid-wicket boundaries allows it to... Sano have batted well, but what's been lacking is just the boundary here and there. It could have easily pushed their total to, more than 100. I think that could hurt them. Half-hearted appeal there by the bowler. Given as leg buys.
Yeah, true, Abby. we've only seen the... sorry, I'm just checking the stats there. Limited number of boundaries from the Sano club.
Mostly hit by Zubair.
Yes.
And Ryan says, I might want to change some of that right now, commentators. Smokes one through to deep square leg. Much needed boundary here for Sano.
Good shot. And, yeah, previous to that, it was only the 5, 6 boundaries. Yeah, 5 going to Khan. 3 6s and 2 4s. But as we were commentating, Ryan Drake, it's a nice 4.
Sano is at 78 for 6. Last over to go. Would be hoping to at least cross 90 here to give something for the bowlers to bowl at.
Yeah, just looking across to the who's due to come in next. I think it is Sotawada, but may not be required here because
First ball hit towards long off.
Sotaro.
Just for a single.
Yep, Sotaro and Ryan Drake may take us through the next 5 balls unscathed. Let's hope they can find a couple of boundaries on the way.
We have Sabarish back on the field. Good news for all the viewers. Captain's back on. Oh, that has been smoked by Ryan.
Shot.
Much needed. This could be very vital runs.
Good hit from Ryan Drake. Just went onto his back foot, cleared the front leg and tonked it.
Some energy, some voice from the Sano dugout. Probably waking half of his team up there, Ryan. This could really be a momentum changing over here. Goes again. Straight to the fielder this time. Fails to hit it from the middle of the bat. I pray to Lord we might see a proper batsman now from the Sano. What do you reckon is it, Garth? Is it Sotawada coming out to bat?
Yeah. Good little innings there, though, from Ryan. 13 runs off perhaps 5 balls.
Much required for Sano.
Yeah, 13 off 5, so that's added a bit of impetus to the tally, the momentum.
I'd fancy Wada hitting the remaining 3 balls out of the park.
It is Captain Sotawada. Only 3 balls remaining. Yeah, it's not so easy though, is it? Come fresh to the wicket, especially when a
very good ball there.
Yeah. Yep, hard to get that away. Perhaps he may have got bat on it out to the covers for a 1, but well bowled. Dot ball. Captain of Sano facing.
Another dot ball. Oh, that's some great bowling by Deepak Sunar out there. Last ball of the innings. What can Wada do?
Yeah, what do? You go for the boundary, you just get bat on ball, make sure you get 1, 2 off it. Run. You run hard.
Be very
Challenge
honest.
the...
To be very honest, very, very good bowling innings from the Tigers Cricket Club here. This restricting Sano to 86 runs. Target of 87.
Yeah, a target that Tigers will be confident they're able to chase down. Just looking through the runs made from Sano Cricket Club. Zubair Khan, really the pick. Is 31 off 18 balls, got them off to a great start. And that was somewhat carried on with Shotaro Hiratsuka, who made 21 off 14. Ryan Drake at the end adding his 13. Who knows? Those could be valuable 13 runs. They get them over the line. Just 4 extras. You're right, Abby. Well bowled from the Tigers outfit. 2 for 14. Sandeep Sharma was perhaps the standout. 1 for 3 of Sabarish Ravichandran before he a bit of an injury to his hand and went off for some attention. But yeah, I think the whole unit together bowled well in their combinations, and yeah, limiting Sano to 86 runs. That's something that's probably gone to plan for the Tigers outfit. We'll take a break here. Any final comments, Abby?
I think you summed it up pretty well there, Garth. A very good bowling effort by the Tigers Cricket Club collectively. Sano might think they are, I think 15 short. But who knows what we have in store for the second innings. Stay tuned. Welcome back to our viewers. We're here about to start the second innings. Tigers in pursuit, chasing 87.
Yeah, and just looking around the field for Sano, they look like they're in the fifth day of a test match. Some really struggling with the heat, hands on knees stuff. Understandable given this is their third and final game of the day in the heat. But the score, they're looking to defend.
Yep. Starting by Zubair Khan, and yep, he sticks to his full length.
Yeah, actually, I was just wondering. I just wondered if he was off a short run up then.
It was.
Right, sorry, yep. He's
saving some legs. Out we have Gagan Suri and Jijo George as the batters. As Ryan fires in a quick throw. They're good hitters of the ball, both of them. Gagan Suri and Jijo George. They fancy a hit. A good slow one by Zubair. Tigers deciding against the run there. It's 1 run of 3 balls in this over. Good first half there by Zubair. Bowling off the short run up. Jijo cuts it through the point region. 4 runs.
Yeah, lovely late cut. Just had to sort of climb on to the top of that ball. Played it beautifully. Got quite high on him, but he guided it down nicely between the field.
Zubair charges in again. Jijo hits it over covers for a 6er. Well done, Jijo George. It's a very good attacking start made here by the Tigers. Straight on, foot to the pedal. 11 runs wiped off. 1/8 of the target wiped off in 5 balls.
Yeah, well, you said earlier, Abby, to me that you wouldn't be surprised if you didn't see Khan bowling this innings. He was out in the middle for a long time, batting for his team, and obviously struggling with the heat. Here he's off a short run up, and his body really is probably feeling the effects of the heat. And that's a good ball.
Good finish.
First over done, 11 runs. So already on top of the run rate.
Not many in the bank for Sano cricket team there. But they can surely put up a fight. Just trying to, avoid the boundaries, avoid the damage in the power play as much as they can. Do you reckon, can a game be made out of this? With Sabarish in imperious batting form?
Yeah, I do. I'm always a believer, positive, optimistic, and it only takes 2 or 3 overs of, 3s and 4s that can just sort of up that run rate and put pressure on batsmen, and even the best of them can get out on 1 ball. So I still believe.
A good Yorker length there by Wakita. I agree, God. I think if they can control the damage in the first 3 overs, and then once the field is spread out with 5 fielders and you bowl according to the plan, then definitely a game can be made out of this. Good start by Wakita. He's conceding a leg bye of the first ball. We have a deep square leg. We have a long on. Wakita runs in, short ball, cut over point, smashed very hard. Cheers from the Tigers dugout. It's Blistering start there by Gito George.
Yeah, great shot that. Nicely cut. Thought Point was in with a chance, but sailed wide of the fielder.
Kohei Wakita runs again from the school end. Gito fails to make a connection, trying to repeat the same shot that he hit off the previous ball.
So more games tomorrow, Abby, in this T10 format, and then is there almost like a finals weekend sometime in August?
That's next week.
Next weekend, right?
Yes, as he edges it towards the third man area. I think Sano needs to control the boundaries they concede in the power play. Coming back to the knockouts weekend, it's like in this long weekend, tomorrow we have the last league day of the T10.
Yes.
And then we jump on to the next weekend where we have in the knockouts. Wakita charges in. Tigers on 20 already. Hits it towards covers. Ryan fails to collect the ball.
Yeah, I think he saw half an opportunity there to gather and have a direct shy, but not to be. Wakita, one ball remaining. His opening over.
Not perfectly timed by Gagan Suri, but the result, what he desired for, a boundary again, third boundary in the over. Not an ideal start for Sano, but an ideal one for Tigers Cricket Club. And up there on SICG2, the Rangers have made a hot start in pursuit of 124 runs. They've hit 14 of the first over. Yes, we see another bowling change here, coming quick and fast. Tigers requiring 62 runs of 48 balls. That's a wide ball by Ryuki Ozeki. Should be trying to bowl a much fuller length onto the stumps. So you have a deep mid wicket and a long on out. Tried it there, but out in the line again. Another wide.
Yeah, just got his radar right at the moment. Here's Ozeki. George probably looking to take advantage of this bowling over. Just whacks it back straight.
Dino charges in, just keeps it to 1. Bowler charges in, sprayed outside the offside line. Another wide by Ryuki Ozeki. He was unable to find his line and length up until now. That's been smoked through the cover point region by Gagan Suri. 4 more runs to the total for Tigers.
Yes, this already turning into an expensive over for Sano. 5 off the bat. That's another 4 wides. We're looking at 9 with 4 balls remaining.
Ryuki charges in.
It's going to
That
be
is another wide. What do you make of this, Garth? Have like Sano given up hopes, or Sano are just experimenting too much in this game?
I think it's probably just their experimentation. They're obviously giving some new players more of a role to play in the game. I think a bit of heat exhaustion has come into it as well. We see some key players off the field. Just shows you the effects of playing in these conditions, what it can have on players.
That is very true. As we speak, the required run rate has already come down under 7. That should not bother the Tigers Cricket Club at all. Ryuki bowls another wide.
Yeah, I'd hope someone from Sano would just come over and have a word with the bowler, just to keep the
gee up the young
encouragement
lad.
there. Yeah. At the moment, everyone's a bit flat, and while I say it's understandable, it's also helping a teammate through a period of turmoil. But I want to say Ryan Drake's just offered a word of support from the covers to his bowler. 2 to go still in the over.
You bowl straight, you get punished. You bowl wide, you bowl again. Story continues for Ryuki Ozeki. Still a ball left in this over. This over does not seem to end for him.
Yeah, 1 to go. Let's hope so. Anyway, 15 off it already. So, 16 off it. It's, really making this run chase now straightforward, really. 41, almost halfway. And what is still the 3rd over.
Last ball of the over coming up. Oh, I called it a bit too early there. The Tigers have already reached 42 runs and they could end this in a jiffy. Could really, really boost the net run rate. Another hit. And another boundary. That's a very, very expensive over. Tigers have wiped out more than half the target in the power play itself, making a statement out there.
Yeah, 21 runs coming from that over, wasn't it? If I do the math correctly, too many, and unfortunately that's just put the Tigers in the driving seat. But as we've talked about earlier, I think just some opportunities being handed around here to some new Sano players, or giving them more of a role. Nothing wrong with that, and I know Tigers have done the same, creating new opportunities for players to come in, and that's totally understandable. As I say, this is a new format for the JCA this year, the 10-over format, alongside the traditional T20 format, the Japan Cup, as well as the First Division, which is 40-over format. So
It's true, God. That's very true. Once the competitions increase, the number of players getting chances, the players pool, you get to have a look in that. So we have Shotaro coming on to bowl. I think that's the only guy who can turn this match around now for Sano, because the required run rate is under 6, and I don't think that's a very big headache for the Tigers Cricket Club now. As simple as you like. Dab it into the covers, run for 1. I think the body language really shows out there in the Sano team that, it's been very difficult out there in the heat. third game in the day. They're trying their level best out there, all the players. Almost dragging this back onto the stumps was Gagan Suri. Well bowled there by Shotaro.
Nice pick up and return there from the boundary rider for Sano. But yeah, just going through the formalities really, aren't they? The Tigers, they are very manageable run rate in the T10 format. They'll just make sure they get across the line.
They will want to end this quickly, I believe, Guard.
Yeah, true. The run rate may come into it. It's where they sit on the table, Abby.
Definitely, yes. How closely packed it is in the mid-table. I really don't know if to call it a mid-table or not, because logically there are quite a lot of teams who could end up with 20 points and fight for the up-top positions. Another dot ball by Shotaro. Are we going to see a comeback of sorts here from the Sano Cricket Club? Shotaro comes in.
Good shot over the cover.
Gijo just hits it nonchalantly over the cover regions, destroying any hopes that Sano supporters might have gotten up. Just 33 runs to get there for Tigers. From the looks of it, I think we might be having our Dean coming on for a bowl here.
This will be fun to watch. Challenge, I'm sure. I think he bowls right arm offies.
He's a very competitive bloke, from what I've seen on the outside. Always enjoys his cricket, does our Dean.
Making sure his field placements are in check. Got his boundary riders at long on, deep mid-wicket, deep backward square, and sweeper on the off.
Ball one. Was a quicker one than expected.
Bangs it in, didn't he?
And they rush back for two more. Good throw by the fielder. Could not avoid the couple. Tigers needing 31 in 35 balls. I think both the batsmen have played brilliantly. They've rotated the strike when required, avoided dot balls, hit the odd boundary in between. Both hit 4 fours. Gagan says, I'll hit a 6 again. Thank you very much. I'll match my partner. Both the batsmen now with 4 boundaries and a 6 each.
Sharing the strike, really, aren't they, these two? And, well on top of the...
A quick one, leading edge, fall safe. Just a single. The Tigers Cricket Club going great guns out there. requiring 24 more runs in 5.3 overs. Have not lost a wicket yet. Has been a great opening partnership by Jijo George and Gagan Suri. Ardeen comes up again.
Oh.
And he does a Chris Gale. A fair warning to the batter. Stay in your crease. And rightly so. Bowls another one. Jijo dabs it on the offside. They take a quick single again. That was cheeky from Ardeen. Flights one up, beats the batsman, all ends up. Dot ball. A rare thing in this innings. But we have one. Last ball of the over coming up. A quick one. Launched up again in the air. Finally a wicket for Sano. Ruhode with the breakthrough.
Yeah, I'm just wondering if that's Wakita on the boundary who caught that. Made off. Long off.
Wakita with a good catch there.
Just looking across the ground too for a quick update. The Tokyo Titans, of course, making 123 for 1 in the first innings. Tokyo Rangers currently 42 without loss after 4.1 overs. So it could be a game to watch, Abby.
Definitely turning out to be a good context there in SICG2. And we have a surprise. Gurman Singh coming at 1 drop. Decides against the helmet. Opts for the cap. So we have 23 more runs required in 5 more overs. Sano would want to delay the inevitable.
Yeah, it's going to take a massive effort from here for Sano to stop the inevitable happening, the loss here, but the ball is in the hand of someone who can perhaps change the momentum, if not put some pressure onto the Tigers, and that's Shotaro Hiratsuka.
Jijo George says, thank you very much, I'll have a piece of you. Another boundary.
Yeah, good shot. Over cover for 4. Oh.
Jijo has been bowling and batting really well in this tournament. He's found his feet there. Really good batting there by Jijo. Moves to 30 or 14 balls. Shotaro loads up again. Bowls it on the fuller side. Jijo pushes it towards deep cover for a single. Gurman comes back to face his first ball.
George has looked good, hasn't he, for his 31 runs, coming up just off 15 balls, so strike rate's over 200. It's always healthy. Got him.
Shotaro says, I'll have a piece of you. Another wicket.
Just watching the replay here to see. Was it bowled? It wasn't cut, played on, was it? Bowled? Played on.
Yeah. Good bowling there by Shotaro. Nice tight lines. I think Sabarish holding himself back, trying to avoid, not to bat, to avoid getting his injured hand. New batter coming to the crease. Yeah, Tigers at 69 for 2.
Can you see Sabarish down there? And does he have pads on, or do you think he's just leaving it to his teammates, knowing that they are quite
I think
capable?
He's left it on to them. The required run rate at 4 runs per over, I think it should not be a big headache. Should be a walk in the park for Tigers now. Just that, how quickly can they get these 18 runs? should be the thinking.
Yeah, as you say,
We have R. Karoda as the new batsman.
run rate could be an important factor in terms of games that will be played tomorrow before the playoffs next weekend. So, most horrible way to lose out a team on run rate.
Definitely, God, that would really hurt. And that's been guided beautifully through the point region for a couple of runs. I thought that was timed beautifully for a boundary.
Yeah, almost played under his eyes too, wasn't it? Plays a lovely shot. Just waited for the ball. It's a good start for Karoda.
Shotaro comes in again. Short ball down the leg side. Well taken by the wicket keeper, but a wide ball.
This time using his feet, just chip the ball out to mid-on, long on for a single. Brings about the end of the over. $74 for 2.
I think there's one more ball to go in this over.
Yeah, sorry, I was watching the umpires and I believe you're correct, Abby. It's just that they're now just almost realising, apologising for the mistake. One ball, two come for Shotaro Hiratsuka. George back on strike.
LBW appeal denied by the umpire. Signal of heading down leg side. It was a good ball by Shotaro. Good speeds. Tried his best in the 2 overs that he bowled. 17 for 1. Ends his spell. We have Dino continuing from the road end.
Of course, we'll be back here tomorrow again for games, T10 games in the afternoon from 2 o'clock and 4 o'clock. Please do join us. What should be some key games, key matchups tomorrow.
And Dino comes into bowl. Quicker one, beating the batsman. Loads up quickly, bowls another one. The batsman dabs it. They take off for 1. $13 more required for Tigers. Jijo may think to finish it in this over. Shuffles a bit in his stance, does Jijo. Goes for the big one. Does not connect cleanly. Only a single. Towards deep mid-wicket. Well disguised slower ball there by Ruhode.
With sound effects.
Thought that must have been the quickest ball he has up his sleeve.
Yeah, so Tigers really should be looking to end this as quickly as possible, really. Just help that run rate, up that run rate as much as possible.
Dino's trying something new. The batsman trying something new. Change in stance, change in angle. Bowls quickly. George cuts it over, point fielder.
And Khan looks like in going for that ball is done some sort of injury or cramped up. Maybe his calf muscle.
Does not look good, this.
Yeah, he set off the ball probably just out of reach. Making an attempt, he's done some sort of injury and is just hobbling a bit. No, he seems to be walking okay.
7 more to go for Tigers.
Yes, you feel some of the Sano.
Jito might be eyeing a 6er here. Does so. The ball goes in the keeper's gloves. Jito goes on the ground. It's a white ball. Oh, he'll have another hit at this one, and Tigers need only 6. What are the odds that he hits this one for 6? Just dabs it cleverly. Third man region for a very easy 2.
Well fielded by the fielder coming around, getting down on the ground, still giving it 100%, even though it will be in a losing cause. Khan will bowl the next over, perhaps the final over, in terms of Tigers getting up over the mark. Just 4 runs needed, 3 overs to do so.
And up there on SICG2, the Rangers chase has fallen off. The Titans pull the things back. Rasika Chandimal just picking up 2 wickets in 1 over that he has bowled up until now, and the Rangers look very far off, requiring 72 in 4 overs. Titans might be heading up for another win at SICG2 there. 4 vital points for them as well. Zubair comes into the attack. With Karoda on strike. Beautifully driven for a single. Tigers needing 3 more. Jito might be fancying to finish it off this ball.
Yeah, why not? Finish it with a boundary stroke.
The deep point has moved to deep covers. I think it's too little too late. Jito has placed a lot of lofted drive over the covers region. The fielder was not present there at that moment. Slow ball flicked towards fine leg, and a boundary and victory to Tigers Cricket Club there. Beating Sano very easily and convincingly. Chasing down 87 runs in 7.2 overs. Back of a good partnership by Gagan Suri and Jito George. Not many Sano bowlers could put breaks on the run scoring by Tigers Cricket Club. Dino and Hiratsuka picking up a wicket each. That's all to show for Sano for this game. Tigers with 4 vital points. Handshakes all around. As we speak, just an update, the points table. Tigers have finished all their league matches. They've played 7, they end up at 16 points. They are currently 3rd in the table. Falcons have played 7 matches. They are at 20 at top of the table. The Kawasaki Knight Riders and the Men in Blue Tokyo, they play 2 games tomorrow, which could definitely decide the top 4. The Titans look good for 4 points as well. It's a packed up table, tough competition. Cricket keeps coming hard and fast every day. Stay tuned with us to join the action.